Hello Year 9. Hopefully you are able to see up on your screen the PowerPoint. So what you will have is every day from me you will have a video letting you know what it is you are supposed to be doing and exactly what I want you to email to me or your class teacher if you don't have me as your teacher, what we want you to send to us via Office 365. Okay? Now, some of you in mine and Miss Street's class may have already done the start of this lesson, but as it was cover, I thought it might be sensible to go through it again. So you can see the words that we've got up on the screen. I'd like you to pause the video and give you an opportunity to answer the 3 questions. We are going to have a little look then at our new vocabulary if you were unsure. So we have savagery, the quality of being fierce or cruel, and the condition of being primitive or uncivilized. And then civilization, an advanced stage of organization. That means it has laws, culture, and a regular way of getting food and protecting the people. So civilization and savagery are very much opposites, particularly how they're presented in Lord of the Flies. We have the civilization as presented by characters like Simon, Ralph and Piggy, and then we have the increasing sense of savagery as presented through Jack and the Hunters. Okay, so we'll just go back to the questions, and again, now you've got those definitions written in your books, and remember you can pause the video at any time, just get those written down. So, our knowledge goal today then is to explain how Golding uses Chapter 7 to show the breakdown of civilization in the novel. So we'll know the key events of Chapter 7, how this develops your impression of the characters and the themes, how Golding uses Chapter 7 to show the breakdown of civilization and why this has happened. Okay? So, if you haven't done this bit already, read the opening of Chapter 7. You can either use the link on class charts to get up the audiobook, or you can just read it in your head, but I'd like you to read down to where Jack says use a little un, just after they've been hunting in the woods. So why is this moment in the novel significant? What is Golding foreshadowing through the extract of the boys hunting the pig? Why is it interesting that Golding made Ralph part of this group? Think about everything Ralph presents. Why is he involved in this savagery? Why has Golding done that? Link this to his purpose of showing this heart of darkness that lies inside of every person. Okay, so again, pause the video if you need a moment to do that. What I'd then like you to do is read the rest of Chapter 7. Again, either by yourself or opening the link on YouTube and listening to it, okay? And ideally following it along with your link online. So once you've done that, I'd like you to do 2 things. Firstly, write an explanation of how Chapter 7 shows the breakdown of civilization. In your answer, consider what impression we're given of Jack and Ralph's relationship by the end of this chapter. How is the discovery of the beast going to make the boys descend into savagery even further? So once you have done that, I would like you to have a little bit of a look at the workbook that again should be on your Office 365. So we have some events of Chapter 7 which you need to number so they're in the correct order. We then have looking carefully at the description of the ocean, and again the page numbers may not be the same as your copies, but see if you can find that. What words, and again in the example columns write your words or your quotes. What language does Golding use to imply that the island, because remember there's almost the personification of the island as this entity in itself here that shows it's hostile and it's isolated, and then write the effect in the box. What we then have on the other page is look again at the description of the tribal dance. Using quotations, make a list of the way in which the dance develops from something fun and controlled to something realistic and frightening. Okay, so again, we can use those arrows to show the progression. How does it go from this fun activity that innocent children are doing to something that actually becomes increasingly savage? You know, these boys are leaving civilization behind. And again, mob mentality. Think about what that means. How is this idea of, you know, mob mentality a theme in the novel, particularly in this chapter? You know, we might call it something like peer pressure. This idea of everybody following what everyone else is doing, getting swept away in the crowd, doing things that would go against your nature normally. Okay? And then finally, we're just going to go back. Sorry, hopefully all this movement's not making you feel too seasick. So we're going to look again at some of our vocabulary from the start of the lesson, this idea of dominant. How is Jack presented as dominant in chapter 7? And then savagery. How are the boys presented as savage when they're hunting this pig? Okay, so each day I'm going to tell you what I would like you to feed back either me and Miss Street on our Office 365 chart, Office 365 email group, or if you're watching this and you are from one of the other classes, what I'd like you to email your class teacher, okay? So I would like you to email us either your typed information from this slide, so your answer to your explanation of how chapter 7 shows the breakdown of civilization. I would like you to email us a copy of that. You can either take a photo of something you may have written down on paper, or if you've typed it, you can send it to us. And what I'd also like, please, is again evidence of what you've done in your workbook. So that could be a photo if you're working on a hard copy. That could be notes that you have created. Okay, it's really, really important that each lesson that you're watching, you are sending through to your teacher evidence of the work that you are doing. Okay, we're going to be building up over the next week or so to doing an essay, which your class teacher will mark properly for you, and I will do a proper, more lengthy lesson in terms of modelling and exactly what that needs to look like. Okay, bye for now.